Hey everybody, today we're talking about pineapples, how to plant them, how to grow them, and I've been planting pineapples under this ligustrum, I'll show you here, for over 20 years, and this last freeze we had pretty much wiped them all out. I've got some left. Look how pretty that is. And so we're gonna replant. But how to plant pineapples? Two ways. So get with a neighbor and get the little baby plants, or get a pineapple from a neighbor, cut off the top, and just leave a little bit on the top. I leave it on the porch table for a couple days and just let it sit there, kind of dry up a little bit. And then all you have to do is move some mulch over, make sure there's dirt, just kind of rough up the dirt a little bit, and literally just stick it on top of the dirt. You're not digging a hole, you're not doing any of that. And then take the mulch and put it back over the pineapple so it's sitting straight up and down, and so it doesn't fall over, because you want that contact. But literally, you can get a pineapple. I found pineapples under my hedge that I've got, and I've winged them because I had too many, and they just start to grow. So they're super easy to grow. I don't fertilize them, I don't water them. They're in partial shade, as you saw. They do get the, some midday, later sun coming underneath the tree. But my father-in-law, he used to plant them under his pine trees and oak trees, just plant circles right around them. Very easy to grow. We're in 9B here in Florida, and super easy to grow. Where do you want to plant them? You want to find a spot. I like a little bit of shade. They do grow in full sun as well. But I like to find one area. That's important, because what happens is this plant grows, and then a cutting could take 2 to 3 years before you get one pineapple. That sounds like a long time. However, if you keep planting them, you're going to then, once they start producing, they're going to continually produce. So you're going to have a summer crop, lots of pineapples, and you're going to have a smaller crop in winter. At least that's how mine are. So what you want to do, you want to find an area, say, this is my pineapple area. Start planting the pineapples. As these pineapples mature and make pineapples, they're going to make baby plants coming out of the sides of the leaves coming out. So you'll see a little baby pineapple coming out. You can either leave it and let it fall off when the pineapple dies, and it's going to plant itself, or just pop it off once it gets about that big. Just pop it off. Go over to a spot you want to expand the garden to. Move the mulch over, touch the dirt, stick it on top. Again, you don't bury it or anything like that, and then just put the mulch back around it so it stays propped. You just want it to stay propped. And their root system is not like a normal plant. It's almost like an air plant. I don't know, but they don't produce these big roots or anything like that. So you can easily transport them. So if they start growing, you're like, you know what, I want to move them. Super easy to move. I cut them off and bring them to friends and so forth, and so they can have some pineapples, because I had so many before, and so they're very easy. And so again, they'll start to grow, they'll produce babies. You keep popping those babies off, keep planting the ground, or just cut tops off as you eat them, cut the top off of it, and replant that. And again, just leave it out in the porch a few days. That's all you have to do, and then just go ahead and put it in the dirt. And again, there's no digging, there's no burying, anything like that. It's just, just put it right on top of the dirt. And lastly, once you taste a pineapple that you have produced or grown, you're not going to buy a store-bought again, because the taste is nothing like a store-bought. When you get a store-bought, it's probably a month old, compared to what you're getting here. And pineapples are different than like a tomato. Tomato ripens when it's picked. Pineapples start to rot. So you're literally you're buying a pineapple that's been rotting for a month, per se. And the other thing is when to pick them. So, raccoons, armadillos, fruit rats, field rats, they like pineapples. So never wait till the pineapple fully ripens. You do not want it yellow. You're basically eating yellow wine at that point. So what you want to do is you want it to be green with just some yellow splotches on it. You know, there's almost like circles that'll turn yellow. And so you want yellow on it, but most of it green. And that's when you pick it, and that's when it's going to be the best. And by doing that, you're going to eliminate, you know, having different animals start to go and smell it and then start to be attracted to it and then start eating holes in it. You know, like a fruit rat that's going to come and eat a little hole about this big, and you'll look at the pineapple and you go, oh, that pineapple's fine, it's right there. And then you look closer, and what they've done is they burrowed a little hole, and they eat up the whole inside of the pineapple. So the pineapple still looks like it's there, but it's not. The insides are gone. So you definitely don't want to wait that long. So again, hope these tips help, and they're super easy to grow, as mentioned. No fertilizer, no water, just put them in the ground, just pick the right spot and keep that spot just for pineapples. All right, so that's my tips. I hope they help. If you have any questions, just leave me a comment, and as always, thanks for watching. Much appreciated.